This review is for a night piece for those who feel or felt like they were falling. And this is just starting with the title. It's such an insightful message with no words said. And they have amazing lighting effects and the change of angle, playing with the shadows, the light of movement. And it's with the staircase, we have this beautiful music. This feels very poetic, and you can get into a meditation vibe and sort of a hypnosis. And it's just quite simple, but I found it extremely well produced, and I I enjoy just looking at this piece of paper, and it's just a masterpiece.
A night piece for those who feel or felt like they were falling. I thought this was really, really intriguing. I definitely know what that kind of feeling is like when, you're in this kind of dream state and you feel like you're falling. And at least that's the first version of it that I thought of. But I liked how they played with light and dark. I liked that it was black and white. I liked that they played with the light using the sound of a lighter, because I think that that is really, really kind of, it was dramatic, but it was poignant and it was memorable. That sound is very distinct. And I think it was really kind of evoking, especially when you had the sound and then the light would flare again. And then when start to fizzle and flare, you sound flare fizzle, and I think that that worked really, really, really well. I also liked that they repeated things, but they didn't repeat the exact same thing the entire time, because you had the kind of paper falling and floating down, and you had that a couple of times, but then you also had like sounds, things knocking, things moving around. You had these other kind of sounds that you would seemingly hear in the middle of the night, or you could conceivably hear in the middle of the night, and then it kind of brought back this like floating falling page, which I thought was really, really beautiful. I liked how it kind of brought everything full circle, and I liked that when they were doing that with the staircase and the page, they kind of paired that with like really, really light, beautiful music. And when you had that section in the middle that was mostly darkness, that sound just was very, very different. And then they kind of returned to that. I thought it was beautiful. I thought that was a great way to kind of bring it full circle and pull it all the way back together.
A night piece for those who feel or felt like they were falling. I think it's a very ambitious project. I'm sure you've heard this before. Anything that is surreal and not totally expressive, not totally on the nose, and not totally linear, gets this word ambitious. I think I really, really support and encourage bravery in cinema, choosing to tell a story differently. So definitely thumbs up for this choice. And also, working with the technicalities of storytelling from a more distinguished angle, a more side way, let's say, technique. So yeah, I definitely support this. It's very expressive. It makes you feel there is a sense of eeriness, a sense of falling. I cannot say that I could engage with it totally, but that's my subjective angle, and that's probably because it's specifically for those who this night piece is directed to, probably. And thumbs up for being so expressive and so being able to capture an emotion like this. Yeah.
This is a short film that is called A Night Piece for those who feel like or felt like they were falling, which I 100% associate that with me falling asleep and my body shutting down at the state of rest. I feel like that is an opportunity where I feel like I'm falling, but I am just laying in my bed. And in doing so, it creates this moment of like movement within a dark space. It's providing this nighttime experience. This short film, even within the 3 minutes of its existence, managed to make me yawn in a sense of it felt like the visuals were sort of meditative, and I really took this time to sort of think about my sleeping experience and what it's like to fall asleep and what could be had I closed my eyelids. And by the time we were flashing basically back into that space of that dark hallway room with the staircase, I found myself yawning, and it made me think about bedtime once again. And you get to have this lovely metaphor of this like delicate like handkerchief almost like floating and landing back down to space. And it's like as if, you know, it's just this nice like elegant movement. It made me think of sheets also. So calming, definitely this delicate balance between brightness and darkness, and definitely achieves this essence of what it feels like or what it may have felt like to fall.